Question A, you getting a prenup?
Nah.
So knowing what you know,
Mm-hmm.
the possibilities, you saying that you still wouldn't get a prenup?
No, I'm not getting no prenup because everything I have is yours. And vice versa. However, we gotta split it. Like that's what I'm willing to risk that for you. But again, you have to know. You see what I'm saying? You gotta really know the person because it comes with a risk. I think it comes with a risk. And then we always talk about the women who want to marry because of the wedding and for all of these other things, yo.
But what
So
if
Hmm.
she
I feel
presented
like
you
I'm the
with one?
GOAT. Huh?
What if she presented you with one? Would you feel some type of way?
We had the prenup conversation. I brought it to her attention, and the first time she came for me, but then after that she's like, "Nah, we could do it." But shoot, I really don't have nothing. I don't have much like that. But this is why I say purpose. When the plan that me and this woman got is gonna create generational wealth, and it can only be done together,
There you go.
and that brings the love too. Like I can't give it all to y'all now because it ain't, you know what I'm saying? But when we drop what we gonna drop, probably in like I want to be married for at least 2 years before we drop it. That
There you
shit is
go.
gonna be global. And I'm not gonna be able to do it without her. So if she get half of it, she get half of it. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about alignment. It's not just feelings. Like us coming together is gonna be so much bigger than us. It's gonna be so much bigger than the kids. It's gonna be so much bigger than us just being happy. This thing is about to be huge.
Hmm.
So if she want half of it, but she's not going nowhere. Death do we
Okay.
part, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's a death do we part.
There
What
you
you
go.
what you think, Q?
Mm. Um, being a divorcee, my
Mhm.
story is kind of similar to
Adrian?
Adrian's.
Yo, put some respect on my
Um,
name, man.
hilarious. Yeah, I got married super young. I was 27, and kind of the same premise because we were expecting a child. But for me, it was a little bit different because Connecticut state laws would not allow me to have rights to the child. I would have to adopt him. So marriage was the better route to take for legal purposes.
Hmm.
And coming out of that divorce, it was not horrible to begin, but in the end it was so nasty. And and I remember having this conversation with this girl that I used to work with. This was like right fresh out the situation. I was still hurting and unhealed. And I said, if you're not married, don't ever get married. If you are married, don't ever get divorced. And that was my marriage advice to people because of what I experienced. Um, legally, and I've spoken to my partner about this when it comes to us. How I feel about marriage now, like the legal part of it, like the state government part of it, I still completely disagree with that part because it leaves you so fucked in the end. Um, I think if you are going to do it, having your own written contract is the better way to go based on what I've experienced. So if I would say yes, I think men should look at marriage differently because you have to look at the entire um, society as a whole, and you don't really know a person that I think that's what makes marriage so beautiful is that as you continue to grow together, you continue to learn each other. So for somebody to be like, I've been with this woman or this man for 10 years, I know them. No, the fuck you don't. You could blink tomorrow and they could be like a fucking mass murderer. um you're getting to know them throughout that process. So yeah, the court system, family court, all that shit will fuck you over. And me being, though I was a female married to a female, I was the defendant in court documents. So almost everything that men go through, I went through, down to the fucking child support, down to the fucking, you go to speak and they're already siding with her and all she's doing is breathing. Like, it's fucked up. So,
And
yeah.
we'll say this too, right? Like when I work with my couples, I literally go in there asking like the real questions, right? Like it's my job to challenge you. And if after everything we talk about, every single scenario, after I dive through everything, right? How y'all gonna deal with y'all families? How y'all gonna deal with each other? What happens when this person does this? What are y'all sex life like? Like after I dive through everything, my job, a part of it going in is to make y'all not want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know and make you have to consider all of these different outcomes because that shit is real. Being married is real. And then the divorce part, I think that's why I love working with married couples too, because people think just walking away is the answer. That shit is real. Like that's worse than losing a loved one going through a divorce because you still got to see the person. So from that standpoint, I don't encourage people to just get married. You know what I'm saying? That I'm not gonna just hey, you might as well just get married. You never get married. Nah. You need to know. Like, let's talk about some difficult things. You need to, how does she interact with people who do her dirty? You know what I'm saying? What is her real character like for people she don't need? You know what I'm saying? You see in the places she go, you looking at her friend groups, what type of things excite her? Like, nah, we need to explore all of this. Then you need to give it some time. You know what I'm saying? So that you know that this person is this person. Because what y'all are going to go through is going to be real regardless of who you end up with, right? Regardless of, like, I feel like with my fiance, regardless of how much we align, shit about to be real. You know what I'm saying?
I think it take at least 10 years to really get to know somebody.
I disagree. I had a 12-year situation and fucking Satan's granddaughter showed up at year 12. So
I think people can be triggered, but I think if you want to be realistic, 10 years seems like it would make sense. Mary, what's up? You been